Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right, so let's get into this. We're going to go down the road of a today's topic video for the 15th, okay? So 15th of July, and that came fast, huh? We start out with the Lover's card sideways, which is Gemini, by the way. Gemini and Ophiuchus I will be doing right after this, so we'll still get those two done, even though technically it'll be Monday morning, but for me it still is Sunday. And that's how it is in my head anyway, because my day hasn't ended. But we have Lovers sideways. This is a duo getting married. This is two people that are thinking along the same lines. It's like, yeah, you're the one for me. Yeah, you're the one for me. But we have a Six of Swords. Either we have an individual who is just, uh, I'm going to say, I feel like we have a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius who has been playing games, hedging bets, wasting time. And it feels like something has finally triggered in his or her mind that's like, I think I lost my person. I picture my person marrying somebody literally in Greece that's decidedly Greek. I picture that I've lost my person to someone else. All this time I've been messing about. I've been playing games. I've been at the poker table. I've been rolling dice. I wasted and wasted and wasted time, and now it's too late. They're gone. We have all kinds of games. We have poker chips. We have card games. We have like video games. We have everything. We've got like billiards. But he's weeping and crying like a little baby over here. Three of Cups in the reverse. Six of Cups upright. This really feels like it's hitting somebody really hard. She's gone. And here they were like laughing and, hi guys, laughing and partying and acting a fool. Maybe they even thought that they could afford to play around a whole bunch and then someday they'd still get to be with her because, hey, she's my soulmate. I don't have to be a stand up guy or gal and offer her something now because I could always come back. I mean, like, you know, I know she'll always still want me. But I think what they're realizing is all the time I was out partying, and this was empty partying, by the way, very empty. All this time I've been messing around. All I did was I left her open to meet all number of other soulmates. So while I was so sure I had it in the bag, she's still my soulmate. I still get to be with her. This is them realizing I blew it. Now, is she really already with somebody else? Are they hearing that she's with somebody else? Or is this they just suddenly get it like she's going to be with someone else? We have the Fool. This is somebody going to hop on the airplane, but this is them. The person who's having like a meltdown on the 15th seems to be the individual because he's all busted up, right? You know, he's got like only one boot on, the other shoe doesn't even have a flip flop or nothing. You know, the pants are ripped. He's wearing that court jester hat, the same one that he wore when he was partying like a rock star over here, the same one that he was in when he was gambling, drinking, just playing games. All of that is still him. And I'm trying to say, how is it that you know she's with somebody else or going to be happily ever after married to somebody else? And it's like he's saying, well, you know what? It's not going to happen because I'm going to go ahead and just maybe go after her. Are you really getting on a flight? Or are you just telling yourself, like, I could still salvage this? Maybe I still could salvage this. Wheel of Fortune. If that's what he's thinking, like he's got people in his camp going, are you freaking kidding me? Wait a minute, you've been in love with somebody all this time. Well, I don't know that I would say in love, but it seems like there are friends who are realizing, wait a second, you mean there's somebody that you've wanted to be with all this time, but you've been living this life? Even friends are incredulous. What do you mean you're going to go get the person that you love? You haven't been dating anybody. Well, yeah, but see, I've always, known she was the one for me. But it's like friends are saying, but you've been partying nonstop. You've never acted like there was somebody in your life. You've always acted single. What do you mean you're going to go get your lover now? Do you really think that's a good idea? If you've been doing this lifestyle on your hamster wheel of partying, and now you think it's the right time to go get to her, like friends do not support this. Or people that know this individual, they might even be saying, you are going to crash and burn so hard if you just show up on her doorstep. Like, especially if he's going to go like disrupt a marriage, or he's going to go show up and think that he can just waltz on in. I think he has no idea in this story of just how much his partying has taken a toll on him or her. Please bear in mind, this does not have to be, it could be same-sex couple, but I will say party lifestyles, they take their toll. They take it on our pocketbook. They take it on, our skin. If you're out there, partying, drinking, boozing, doing whatever you're doing, that smoking, all that stuff, that kind of leaves you a little haggard sometimes. It certainly can accelerate an aging process. And if he's made some mistakes and he's he kind of looks a little broke down here. And friends are like, are you freaking kidding me? You're going to go approach her like that after the parties? And, even here, he pictures her as like quite well dressed at like a fancy event. And he's just thinking he's going to go bust in after like smelling like booze and unshaven, or, only half clothed, or whatever this is. It does not look like a good idea. Four of Wands, Page of Cups. No, he's saying he's going to go offer her marriage. Oh my God. Okay. That is not what I was seeing. He hasn't made some sudden insane announcement to people who know him as like an absolute wild, doing whatever. In fact, he might have just lost a ton of money at some game, and then he's like, you know what? I'm going to go get married. Yeah. I just lost, my car, my house, whatever, in this poker game. I slept with, 3 towns worth of people, but you know what? I'm kind of over it. I'm going to go get married. And maybe because my family or friends are like, excuse us, what? what do you mean you're going to get married? Oh, yeah. I've got this soulmate. Yeah, we'll probably go get married. We'll probably go get married in Greece. Yeah. No, I'll clean up. Like, I'll shave before I show up. I'll just say sorry, and then we'll go ahead and get married. This is nuts. I feel like one of those friends right now grabbing my face over here in like shock and horror. Like, you've got to be kidding me. That's the hamster that's been running your brain. You can go out and party and like get it all out of your system and then go marry somebody. She ain't going to have you, child. This is not going to happen. Like, how old is this person? They look like this childish, like, I want my candy now. I had my other candy and now I want my cake. 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. Maybe they've never been told no. This is somebody who actually doesn't think that they've lost anything other than they've lost in the fun of whatever this party lifestyle was. That's not fun anymore. So now they want this other. This candy's gross now. Now I want my cake. And I'm wondering if they've never been told no. Because the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse is, it doesn't even cross their mind that they might not get this. Something has bitten my shoulder tonight. Okay, hang on. I got to pose another question here. Let's go to the Lovers card. 8 of Pentacles. They think that they can just kind of like get this back. Like, they almost had it all worked out before. Like, I met this person. They were a soulmate. We said, I love you. And so like the big chunk of it was already there. Like, I already made her fall for me. So now I just come back in, pick up at the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll have to kind of say sorry, give her some flowers, and then it'll just work out. I don't think they have any clue that, remember that 6 of Cups card where she's sitting at the table and you can't see who she's looking at, but she could have a whole new group of soulmates around her. Again, we see all these different options around her. So that Lover's card is saying what he thinks is going to be kind of a slam dunk, minimal effort. He has not considered that all of her hopes, wishes, dreams have changed. She maybe has moved on. Maybe she's a whole different person. Gosh, I hope so. Queen of Pentacles. She's very empowered, very comfortable in herself. Himself, herself, does not matter. But we're going to say she, since we keep seeing feminines again and again, and now we can call her the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, she is so over this. Like, this is but a, fart in the wind. This is a past memory. I don't even know that she remembers him. But he's making this grand decree to his friends on the 15th. Yeah, I'm going to take a flight. See you guys. I got to go propose. And I think, let me go back over there for just a second. So you are going to propose. What the heck? What deck did that come from? There it is. Okay. Sorry, a couple of cards had slid sideways and got picked up with this deck. So you want to go propose all of a sudden. Is that really in their mind? They can be the Knight of Wands. I can show up. I'm super charming. I'm super cute. They are gonna love me no matter what. All I got to do is come in and smile. And somehow they don't think she has self-worth. 9 of Coins. Okay, I'm getting more annoyed by the second. If I had a little handful of popcorn, I was watching this on the TV, I'd be like, I'd be throwing little popcorn hands. This is not, no way. 9 of Coins in the reverse, 9 of Wands upright. They think that they can come in, be charming, and possibly play a little violin and be like, well, I've been having a really tough time, and that somehow she'll just lap that up because she doesn't have self-worth or confidence. Oh, I can't wait for you to go knock on her door because you're meeting a queen and you do not know this. That is just, ooh. That is just, ooh. That's all I can say. 3 of Cups. Again, he's just in this mental space of, he's already had the 3 of Cups with everybody else. And now I want her. And I'll tell her, like, oh gosh, I've had a really tough time. My life's been hard. He's going to play a little violin, I think. And then say, but you've always been my, my happiness. I've just been waiting for the day to reunite as I've been, on this really tough road. I'm sorry. I am calling BS on all of this. Just because he's announcing he's going toward her and this is his grand plan. Let me just ask, universe, is he really even going to make it in her direction? Because just because he talks about this and it seems like fantasy land to me, is he really going to be able to approach her at all? Because we have a Queen of Swords sideways. Hang on, it's not a direct block. We got another sideways cards. We got the 8 of Swords sideways. We may have, no, there could definitely be blockages. 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so remember, it looked like he could have even lost some money. He may suddenly, even after all these grand plans on the 15th and this swaggering confidence that he can have whatever he wants, because now he's done basically maybe overindulging, losing money, doing whatever he's done. He really thinks he can just shift gears and change lanes and hop into this other life, right? That's not going to be possible. I believe he's going to encounter significant issues, and it could have to do with he's got no more money. He played it all away. Somebody could be calling on that tab and saying, you're not going anywhere. You owe a bunch of money. This could be somebody that he does owe money to, or business related. Or I feel like he runs himself into the ground partying, and then thinks, because of this, very indulgent little prince attitude of no responsibilities. This feels like a rich kid. That's the way I would describe this. Silver spoon baby all the way. no responsibilities. Somebody bails him out. He doesn't have to think about how he treats others. He doesn't have to think about money because somehow he gets more when he wants more. If he wastes money, if he wastes relationships, doesn't matter. He just changes gears, hops into something else, and it's somehow like the debt is left behind on somebody else's shoulders. When the fun runs out in one lifestyle, you jump states or something and go with somebody else. I mean, that's literally the way this whole story has played out. But you can only behave in a certain way, and you can get away with that for a bit, probably. I mean, he obviously has, but he won't anymore. This is like the day of reckoning. All of a sudden, he's got no more money. All of a sudden, that Eight of Wands, that Queen of Swords, this is somebody coming in to lay down the law. And this could be somebody that he's forgotten he did dirty at some other point in time. But this is like, yeah, you can't go anywhere. You haven't got the legal right to go anywhere if you owe her money or something along those lines. He's not even going to get to approach this soulmate that he was so sure he was going to hop on a flight, get out of Dodge, and go back to some soulmate and then tell her kind of a fake sob story about how, I've been just trying to heal. No, you haven't. You've been everywhere with everyone, blowing money. No wonder I think that this looks like he's saying, well, I know it's the divine timing for me to go be with my soulmate. And they're like, divine timing? What do you mean? You can't bail. You owe a ton of money. You can't just leave your debt behind. Something like that. Well, it's okay, because I feel like all of his plans are like full stop. Knight of Swords, boy, he's still trying to make a run for it though, huh? Knight of Swords is like, man, if only I'd gotten out a little faster before that Queen of Swords came knocking. Maybe I can still really quickly do some fancy footwork here. I do not think so, but this is the autumn of youth. And I already said, like, what is this person that they're acting like this selfish little child? And sure enough, we have the autumn of youth. This ain't cute anymore. If they were a spoiled baby, spoiled bratty kid, they're grown and they're still thinking that they're young and cute and charming. Five of Cups. This is not going to work out. They're finally having to pay the piper. So this grand plan on the 15th, which seems like it was total chaos anyway, from everything collapses, no worries, I'll just shift over and chase down some other lover. They'll take me back. I'll just go get myself a flight and just take off and go see her now that I've collapsed one part of my life and run it into the ground. Okay, now I'll go back to that other person. I'm wondering if that's been their strategy, if that's why, the Three of Cups, that party energy, that meet lots of people, keep lots of options, so that when you invariably crash and burn and outstay your welcome in one area, you go to somebody else. That Five of Pentacles card is, we have theft. Now, granted, that card came out in the reverse, and I was like, wow, they literally have this idea that they haven't lost anything, but maybe it's because they actually do some low key, like they get away with stuff. I would definitely say that is the case in this story, but it's time to pay the piper. Not only that, but the Queen of Coins has long since forgotten them, but I'm also going to say she's been very protected from them. Them playing out that crazy lifestyle was the best thing that ever happened to her, because they went off to party, right? They met her, they put in some kind of effort at first, and maybe even talked about wanting to marry her, then split, because maybe that's her MO. You get people hooked on you, then you split, you go live your wild life, then you can always come back in and be like, oh, I had to, I've been just working so hard. I've just been, I was healing from some wounds, and I just wasn't ready, but now I am. And that's not what it is at all. I think this person is a total scoundrel. And yet she was so protected. So protected. I don't even know, will she understand this, or will she never know how protected she has been from this? Universe, Three of Cups, Queen of Cups. She may hear through the grapevine, since we've had the Three of Cups associated with them twice, and now for her, we see it once. But then we have this Queen of Cups. I'm thinking, when I say, will she ever know that she was actually protected from them? The fact that they're not able to, because they were headed into her life. I'm thinking that she may just simply thank her lucky stars that, or maybe she intuited, like, hey, I doubt this person's been single all this time. Maybe once upon a time we talked about marriage. Maybe once upon a time I thought I was going to end up with them. But, I certainly kind of have let that go and my life's super solid and I'm doing great. It may simply be that she's saying, you know what, I still love my life. And I hope they met the person that they wanted to be with. I'm sure they haven't been single and I don't want them back anyway if they've been out dating everybody. It just feels like she's really content. It doesn't feel like she needs to find out what a scoundrel they were, which is nice actually, because it's not about like, oh, thank God I wasn't with that creeper. It's more like, only look toward the positive. My life is amazing and things go the way they're supposed to. And if someone didn't remain in my life, didn't show up in my life, maybe that's the way it was supposed to go. It just feels like that's her attitude. And it's kind of sweet because she's like, and I hope they found what they were looking for. Or maybe they never wanted to be in a relationship. Maybe they wanted to date a bunch of people. That's fine. Good for them. They do what they need to, and I do what I need to. She looks like she loves her life so much it doesn't even matter. Is there any last piece of advice just to her? Because man, I think she doesn't not even know like how much drama they were about to bring into her life, but they can't even approach her. We get the Six of Pentacles. The universe just says to her, you're Queen of Pentacles, you're Queen of Cups. Queens make great decisions. Always, always, always ask the question, for what I'm willing to give to someone, are they willing to give me the same in return? Do they care about me to the extent that I care about them? There's a great song by Etta James, and it's like, no, I'm sorry, it's not. It's Aretha. It's something about like if we were out in the desert and there wasn't, enough water for us both, you'd be surprised how little I'd need to drink. Meaning she'd give it to them. She'd say she's not thirsty to make sure that they can have it. And it's like, when you give so much because you care that much about another person, you would sacrifice what you could to make sure that they're well. And it's like if two people both look at each other like that, then maybe they both would, have a better chance at building something beautiful. But if only one person does that, you're going to be in an imbalanced relationship. And I think the universe is just saying to her, it's a good thing you became that full-blown Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, because you know what equality looks like now and you won't settle for less. So call in the person that brings in equality. And I think that's exactly what she's doing. She definitely didn't want them back anyway. But I like the fact that the universe is like, yeah, they're not coming back. Let's get one last card just for them. King of Pentacles, but wearing a mask. They play so many games. They always want to look like they are wonderful, like they have tons of money, and they may continuously still tell themselves, as soon as I get this other stuff figured out, I'm still going to go be with that Quiggles. But they wear these masks. I think that they are a master of deception for themselves because they're used to deceiving others. But I think this card ends with, look, no King of Pentacles should be covering their faces. Kings and queens don't hide their faces. That's how we know they're kings and queens, because they're the real deal. They're not, ashamed of who they are. They know who they are. They present themselves as they are. They're mature. So these layers of wearing masks, I would just say they can even tell themselves a whopping story about, I'm really awesome. She's going to want me. Oh, well, I guess for right now, I'm kind of tangled up. I'm really bummed. How come this Queen of Swords is, not letting me move forward? How come I, whatever, I lost my money. I'm in debt to somebody, another saying I have to pay. But you know what? I'm just super bummed, but I'll get out of it and I'll still end up with that Queen of Pentacles. I kind of think that this is the lie that they tell themselves. I'm super awesome. And if they keep telling themselves that they're super, super awesome, despite what we obviously see them doing that is so not awesome, they probably don't grow. If you look in the mirror and you're like, who's awesome? Me. And yet you swindled everybody, you lied to everybody, you don't act like you have responsibilities, and you think you can get away with anything, and you have intentions on going back and lying to people, but you're okay with that, you like that about yourself. I could definitely see that you are a master of lying, and that's, you're probably not going to be too inspired to grow. Sorry, but it looks like we're leaving this character right where they are. They are who they choose to be, which is a master of self-deception. That's too bad for them, but at least in this storyline, they don't disrupt anybody else's life. So, all right, I'm going to leave this one here. You guys, thanks for being here. Astrid, Dana, so great to catch you. Hey, Rare Lestrange. Oh, thank you so much. So into it 333. Thank you, baby. I so appreciate you reminding me. Thank you guys for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Moonlight Shadow, hi. Oh my gosh. Moonlight Shadow. You have poppy seed muffins, but they're horrid. Oh, I'm so sorry. I adore poppy seed muffins. I know not everybody does. I mean, I've certainly had some bad muffins in my life, for sure, for sure. But was it the poppy seeds, you think, or was it just the muffin, recipe or something? Grant's Modern Life, great to see you. Astronoid, you are team chocolate milk. Honestly, I think chocolate milk is very much supreme. I would agree with you. I can't actually drink milk. I think the last time I had a glass of milk, I believe I was 7. So milk and I don't do well. But, I still eat like yogurt and stuff and cheese. But I do remember how nice chocolate milk was. And sometimes it'll still be in like a latte or something, and that doesn't seem to be too much. So, see, I can't do the silk soy either, even though that is super delicious. But soy is also, I discovered, is not my best friend. Lauren? I know it is late again, isn't it? Oh, that's awesome, Astrid. You gave in to cookies and cinnamon toast crunch kisses last night. uh, I have to say, the last 2 nights, my go-to snacky has been, I love hummus. I just love hummus on carrots. That is like, if I need that little corner still filled when you're still a little bit hungry and it's late, that has turned out to be the best. Nope. Hi, honey. Anisha Chatu, great to see you. Hi, Jeannie Vale. Candy is the best. Hi, BH. Shout out to you in Poland. Oh, Nikki O, you sweetheart. You're so kind. Christy Peruso, buongiorno, darling. RT, so glad you made it. Thank you again, Karen Bishop. All right, you guys, we're still going to do 2 more tonight. We're going to do the Gemini and Ophiuchus mythology tales, and then we'll wrap it up tonight. All right, you guys, lots of love. Bye for right now.